What's up, my guy?
What's up, dude?
What is up, man?
Welcome back, everyone, to All Out American.
Your trusted source for nonsense and shenanigans.
Dude, that's us. All day, every day.
It's what we do best, is nothing.
Okay, so one thing I want to touch up on. We just watched that video of those crackheads fighting, okay?
Yeah.
Why? Like, this happened, like, in all the school fights, all the fights that you ever see recorded. Why is the person holding the phone always such a shitty filmer?
I don't know.
Like, there's never a person that can just fucking lock on and, like, take a video, right? I mean, it makes me want to give cameramen and, like, you know, all these photographers, like, more credit because they know how to angle that shit.
Obviously, it's a hard job.
Yeah, because nobody else can fucking do it once the action happens.
They're always filming on a phone that's from, like, 1980.
Yeah.
And the second blows start coming out, they're like, oh, look, over there, the floor, the ground.
Dude, just check out this
just,
bird.
You're just getting their feet.
Yeah.
I think people get too vested and they forget about the phone and they're, oh.
I know. You need to be like, I mean, there's so many people holding that phone that are just like, I want to be in that fight. And then they're starting to say shit, you know,
Yeah.
and then they throw their hands to their side and then it's gone. The person being me, the viewer, can't see shit. I want to watch that fight. I want to watch someone get sprayed with a garden hose. Okay?
Yeah, we need some UFC style production here.
Dude.
Who doesn't want to see some guy fight off 4 crackheads?
Exactly. It's a bunch of bullshit, dude. It pisses me off. But whatever. I guess you beggars can't be choosers, right?
Yeah, I think they're so caught up in the moment, they think like they're part of it.
Yeah.
No one can just be impartial and just sit back and watch.
And it's always like at the climax of the fight.
Yeah.
Like they always just like the moment that shit happens where they throw the first punch or they tackle each other or whatever. Like in that video, she fucking threw the phone to her feet and like, or not threw it, but pointed at her feet and you can see shit. And then you fucking get the camera view back.
And all this carnage has happened.
There's fucking 3 car crashes and a fucking ambulance and helicopters all over the place. What the hell happened in 3 seconds?
I don't know, man.
You know?
That's a good point. Yeah, if you can't do the correct job, don't do the fucking job. Okay? This is America.
Yeah. Dude, and the
Live
thing
up
is,
to your potential.
think about it. I wouldn't even care if a fight happened and I didn't even know about it. But now this video is posted.
So now
I
you're
know
interested.
about it. I'm interested and the headlines get me, okay? So I'm just like, dude, let's watch this. And then I'm pissed off because you make me watch it and then just tease me the entire time.
Gave you little blue balls.
Yeah.
Got you all the build up and then not the cow.
No, yeah. I don't know.
Bullshit.
Whatever.
I just saw a video the other day of this guy in a store talking shit to I think it was like a Walmart, and he was talking shit to this lady because she worked there and she was from our southern country below us. She was Mexican.
Ooh.
She didn't speak English very well.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a racist fuck. And he was like talking shit to her about it. Well, then he's all tough when there was these women like telling him, hey, get the hell out of here, man. You're racist. He was all tough and yelling at him. And then this guy walks up and is like, dude, fuck you. Get out of here. And this guy goes, do you know who I am? I'm a fire policeman. So first, I'm like, oh.
Dude, this guy is a firebender and a policeman?
He polices fire.
Shit.
He arrests fire. Okay? This guy's a badass, okay?
God.
So then the guy's like, what? And he's like, you don't want to fuck with me. We trained real guys. You know Chuck Liddell? You know Conor McGregor? Those are the guys I trained. So he's just like trying to pull out these big names. The guy's like, I don't give a fuck, dude. Get the fuck out of here. And then the guy like starts to walk away and starts yelling back at him, I'm LA's finest. I'm not some Idaho bitch like you. And the guy's like, what the fuck? And he like runs away from him.
You are Idaho.
And he's like hiding. And he's all, get him the fuck away from me. I'd fuck him up. Get him away from me. Get away. And he's like all scared. It's like,
get him away. You don't want to see this power.
You don't want to see me wreck you.
Yeah,
and so then he's like, you can't tell. I'm wearing baggy clothes. I'm 200 pounds of awesome. I'll beat your ass, man.
Really?
And then he like pulls out this necklace as a cross on it. And he's all, God blesses you, even though you're a dirtbag. Like, What's this guy's deal?
Dude, Walmart hits different sometimes. I mean, I went in there the other day and I was just doing my daily, like, whenever I go to grocery shopping, I'm a horrible planner. So like, I usually like take like 2 or 3 trips a week. Like I'm horrible. I need to plan better because I'll probably save more. But, I went in there the other day and I had like 3 things, right? So I went to self-checkout and I was just checking out, put my card in, and I look over the little cashier thing, and there was a couple just standing there doing their own stuff. And you know how Walmart's all configured, right? As soon as you get to the self-checkout and the aisles and stuff to where you check out and pay for your stuff, there's that big long aisle that you can get out, right? And then it has like, the return section, all that.
Right.
Some lady just walks out from the left side of the building all the way to the right, right? I glanced over there and I had seen her all the way across, okay? She made her way all the way over here and then proceeded to start talking shit to this couple who was just doing shit, like checking out, like not even doing anything wrong. And apparently she ended up knowing them. Like I think she knew the girl that was dating the guy. But either way, she started talking all this smack, and basically the dude freaked out and was like, "You get the fuck back. I swear to God, I'll beat your ass. Don't fucking talk to my wife like that." And like,
oh my gosh.
And then he started like crawling over like the wall, like with all the like, the fridge and all the magazines and
all the
shit.
candy bars?
Yeah.
He's just stepping on
Dude,
all
he went to like lunge over and fucking grab her. And like, then the Walmart employees got involved and they were like, "No, you fucking stay back and you need to leave," telling the girl to leave. And this, mind you, the girl that started all this has her kid just like right next to her holding her hand. And she's like,
of course.
In the moment, she's lunging at this couple.
Can I guess she's overweight?
No, she's not.
She wasn't?
She wasn't like overweight, but I mean, she wasn't. She didn't have like a 6-pack or anything. She wasn't hot.
She's like jerking the kid, trying to get over and slap them.
Like every time she would like point and lunge at them, like this kid was just getting fucking whiplash, dude. Like,
meanwhile, you grabbed a candy bar and snuck it into your bag. You're like, "Everybody, look, this shit's crazy."
It was funny because I just like at that point, dude, it was like late, and I was like, "This is not my show." I'm just gonna. I walked, and I got in my truck, and like the couple. So that lady left like right before me, and I walked out after her, and then got in my truck, and that couple ended up parking like right in front of me.
Of course.
And they had like 5 Walmart employees like guarding her like on the way out. Like,
really?
Fucking crazy, dude.
Dang, that is
Walmart,
crazy.
like,
she knew they were there.
I don't know. Like,
she just walks all the way.
I wonder if she saw them before and then like went to walk away and she's like, "No, you know what? They're getting a piece of my mind."
But she did it on the other side of the
Fucking
wall.
okay, Karen.
She didn't want to come around the other side.
Yeah, and then like you couldn't even like understand the argument because everyone was yelling over everyone, including Walmart employees and like the managers and like everyone got involved and it was like, holy shit. And so I seriously just like, today's not the day. Today's not the day.
Yeah. You're like, normally I saw a guy hit a girl, I'd jump in.
Yeah.
Now you're like, nah, she deserves it.
Yeah, dude.
Equal rights.
Yeah.
How's that equal rights working out for you?
Yeah. It's like, I mean, he didn't really even touch her, but like he was fucking pissed. You could see it in his eyes, dude.
Just fucking peg her with a Twix?
Dude, yeah. I was expecting that. He's just going to start throwing king-size Snickers at her. Get fucked.
Oh, that would be so funny.
You're not that guy, pal.
You're not that guy. Trust me, you're not that guy.
Yeah. It's always in the grocery stores, too. Like, you get a grocery store. It's so peaceful. You go to the veggie section, you know, all these. Then the rain starts coming down on these veggies, and then you turn around and there's fucking crackheads everywhere just fighting.
Do they still do the misters?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that in a while.
Dude, it's so nice.
I remember as a kid, they would like make thunder noises.
Yep. That's usually in like Safeway. Safeway does that, and then I think Fry's does.
Huh. Classy.
Yeah. The one over by the rodeo grounds, I think, does it.
It's raining men.
Yeah, that used to be my favorite thing, dude. Like if I showed up to Safeway or something and they did the misters, I was like, oh shit. Because it reminded me of the Rainforest Cafe.
Yeah.
It reminded me of that because I went there like one time, like when I was super little, like 2 or 3. And I just remembered that like it was badass.
I know.
And so I was like, every time I go to Safeway, those misters would come on and just the thunder would start rolling. And I'm like, dude, we're in the jungle. And in reality, it's just a bunch of eggplants and fucking peaches around me.
Yeah, I want to go back to Rainforest Cafe, but I'm scared like I'll get there and it'll be so cheesy and campy. I'll be like, oh, this sucks. I just have to let it live on in my head as being awesome.
Yeah. I don't know. When was the last time? I think I've only gone there twice. The first time being when I was like 2 or 3. And then I think I went again. I don't remember like what we were doing though. Cause we were checking out like a bunch of stores and one of them was right after the cafe was like the Lego store. So like it was, I don't know. I think we were in California or something.
And you ate there?
Yeah. I think I was like 14.
We walked past one in Vegas. Remember? I was like, let's go eat it at the Rainforest Cafe.
Oh yeah, I do.
Man.
I remember that, but I never saw it. Like you said that and I just like, oh yeah, let's go do that. And I was so focused on just talking to you. I was like, where's it at? Where's it at?
Maybe you were a few drinks in by then.
Dude, I was more than a few drinks. You saw how many drinks I had. That was a fun trip.
Yeah, Walmart is a wild place, and I fucking hate going to grocery stores. I'm a magnet for shitheads.
Uh-huh.
Like I can just be sitting at a coffee shop, like reading a book, and all of a sudden some guy just walks in, is like, "You want to fucking fight?" And I'm like, "Me? What? I'm just reading a book, man."
Just read the signs, Cody.
So I'll go into the grocery store, and I feel like every time I go, I get all the asshole people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Shelby and I went a few months ago, and it was exceptionally bad to where even she was getting pissed off. And some people like they lose all their humanity when they go into a grocery store. They become animals.
Yeah.
There's no respect.
Let's go sit on the bread.
There's no exactly. They just push their cart wherever they want. They'll just stand in front of you and you'll be trying to come through and they'll just like look at you and be like, fuck you. Well, this particular time, you know, when people do that, a lot of people will just, oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
Well, I had like one person keep like moving on purpose. We ran into her like 3 times and she like would move her cart in the way and like get all bitchy about it. And Shelby was pushing the cart. So she was like, and would like gently move the lady's cart and go. And I'm like, that's it. I'm driving the fucking cart. And Shelby's like, oh God, no, please. I'm like, I've had a fucking enough. So we go down like 2 more aisles and this lady comes and she puts her cart in front of me. I fucking Spartan kick this cart. You fucking bitch. I like Spartan kick the thing. Oh and there's like 8 people now and they all look. I'm like, get the fuck out of the way, you fucking bitch. And she's like, oh. And there was like 2 guys at the end of the aisle and they're like, God, she's such a bitch.
Dude, it's so insane how like some people, it's like at grocery stores, it's at any like public thing where they feel like they have the power. Like, so that's why like we go back to like COVID, right? And like why all these people were enforcing the masks and so on. And then you get those people, those assholes.
The police.
Yeah. The fucking mask police saying you need to put your mask on. And it's like, there was a conversation that happened that was saying that the reason why most people do that is because they feel like a sense of power when they tell someone to do something, right? Yeah. And it's like, it goes hand in hand with like, you know, driving, you know, when someone, you get the fucking fast lane, the left lane is to pass.
Yeah.
And then you get that asshole that just sits right next to this other car because they think, you know what? Everyone else needs to slow down and go the speed limit. So I'm going to make them. So in reality, that chick just fucked herself because she's eventually going to get rear-ended and fucking shoved off the road.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, and the whole grocery store thing, like you get assholes that just.
Well, I was one of them.
No, I mean.
I lost my shit and I was the asshole.
Well, it's like, it wouldn't have happened if people didn't fucking try and feel that sense of power. Like,
I know.
Dude, just be fucking kind. Like, there's no need to like go out of your way to try and control someone else's life.
Yeah.
People don't understand that people are going to live their life and they have to, it fucking kills them to know that.
I had somebody come up to me this is early in the pandemic, wearing a mask. And they came up to me and they're like, you need to put a mask on. And I was like, what? And they pull their mask down. They're going, you need to put a mask on. And they're like yelling in my face with their mask down. I just went and walked away. I was like, okay, you're obviously, you don't give a shit about the cause. You just literally just want the power.
Yeah. I gotta remember who said that, dude. I mean, I say it probably every episode, how bad I am at remembering names. And
I've heard it too, but I can't remember.
Cause like they actually did like a study I forget, but I know that's like the outcome of the conversation they had was, when people were telling other people to put on the mask, it felt a sense of control and power.
Yeah. People
fucking hate anarchy, but yet do shit in the long term that cause anarchy. It's like the whole fucking riot thing was whatever. I'm going on a rant.
This one time I was driving and I'm at a 4-way stop at the lights in Prescott Valley where like the Dick's Sporting Goods is. Mm-hmm. And so I was trying to turn onto the highway to come back to Prescott, and the light turns red and I see this car, like they're going to run it and then they stop and then they go to run it again. They stop.
Uh-huh.
And there's this lady like tweaking out in the car, like all pissed off, freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, that's weird. Well, it's 2 lanes or 3 lanes turn? 2 lanes turn, right? So we all start to turn, and all of a sudden this lady fucking guns it through the red light and like swerves through the people. She like swerves through the 1 lane of cars turning, drives through the middle of them, swerves through the second. So now she's on the inside, swerves back across, and is like hauling ass and like all over the road. I'm like, oh my God, this lady's on fucking drugs. Well, I see this fucking truck turn out of nowhere. He was on the other side of the light and he fucking saw it happen. So he floors it in this big ass diesel. It was like really fast, and gets in front of her somehow and just like locks it up. Well, as I'm seeing,
that's right.
As I see what he's doing, I'm all, fuck yeah. So I fly up next to him right as she's about to cut him off, and I just sneak right in front of her. And now there was like 2 cars that she almost hit, like directly real close. And so they just pulled off. Like, I think she scared the shit out of them. So now she's stuck behind me and this guy, and we were like shifting all over the road. Like we're like going 5 miles an hour down the main road. Jesus. And then she tried to pass us in the median, and another car pulled over to the median to like lock her in. And we just slowed this bitch down for like 5 miles.
Dude, you're part of the fucking problem.
Yeah. Well, I thought she was going to kill somebody.
Well, yeah. And that's the thing too, is like, there's a reason why all these people do it. Right. And then there's like a dumbass reason.
Right.
And then there's a fucking legit reason. Right. Yeah. I mean, like,
well, the truck that hurried up and got there, he rolled his window down. So I did to me too. And he was like, fuck that lady. But the other person in the car was yelling to him. She's like, I'm going to call the cops. Like, she's going to kill somebody. I'm like, that's probably a good idea.
Dude.
Well, where are you? Oh, you'll find us. We're going 5 miles an hour.
Yeah.
You'll find us. She's the one swerving and freaking out.
Dude, I'm honestly, like, I drive like an asshole a lot of the time, especially on like highways, and like, I don't know why, but trips back from Phoenix, I always like haul ass. Like, just because I get off the freeway and I'm like, I mean, a lot of the roads I'm taking are like main roads anyways. But I think I told you a little bit about this, but like my trip back from Phoenix, dude, I got off the I-17 and was driving like through,
Mare.
Yeah. Like, so I was driving, and the whole way, like there was this Kia, what are those?
Soul?
Yeah, the Kia Souls. And they were keeping pace with me, right? And I started getting like a little irritated because they were like sitting in my blind spot, right? I couldn't see them unless if I looked over, and they were just like missing. And so I was like, what the fuck? And I'm going like 80 in a 65, right? And I'm like, what is this dude's problem, you know? And I automatically assumed it was a dude because that's how we roll. And then, so we drive all the way to Dewey, right? And by the time we get closer and closer to Dewey, dude, we're going like 90, 95, speeding, dude. Like, horrible.
Allegedly.
No, I'll admit to it, dude. Whatever. I'll admit to it. I'm horrible at it, and I know that. People tell me all the time. But we got to Dewey, and then we turned right past Maverick, okay? And we went on Fane Road, and we start hauling ass, and well, they got in front of me. I found out it was a car full of chicks, right? And they got in front of us, and we turned right, and then someone in the back seat was throwing their hand up like, let's go. And I was like, okay, let's go. And so then we were hauling ass, and I got in front of them again. And then I get in the left lane and pass this Ford, right? I'm not cutting anyone off, mind you. There was enough space for all this shit to happen. And this Ford, it was like, it totally looked like an undercover cop. I thought it was fucked. Because then this Ford just hits the gas and gets right up on my tailgate. And I'm like, oh shit, here we go. This is it. I'm going to jail.
I'm going to jail.
And so then he's just driving behind me, and I'm like, what the hell? And so I hit the gas a little more, and I get some space in between us, and then that Kia Soul fucking swerves in between us, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit. And so then this Ford doesn't do anything, right? Like turn on his lights or anything, like he's pissed off or anything. And so I'm like, well, maybe this dude's just trying to haul ass too. I had this whole fucking train of people just following me, hauling ass back to Prescott.
Huh.
It was kind of funny. It's kind of fun
cool.
Too.
I cut a cop off today on accident.
No.
I was on 89 and I like came around a corner and I was in the right lane and there was like a dump truck at a light or a semi truck.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh shit. And I had like a clearing. Well, there was a undercover in the lane next to me.
Uh-huh.
And there was a car pretty far behind him. So I was like, shit, I gotta go. So I looked real quick. I looked up and then I swerved behind the undercover cop.
Uh-huh.
Well, apparently the car behind him was coming faster than I thought. And so I had actually cut that guy off like pretty hardcore. And I was like, oh shit. So I got around the semi and I pulled over and the car just pulls up next to me. And I look over and it's a cop just looking at me. And I was like, oh fuck, here we go. And then he just stared at me for like a good 3 seconds and then just looked back forward and drove away. And I was like, oh, thank you, sir.
He gave you the look of don't do that shit again. Uh-huh. Dude, and by no means am I I complain like everyone else does, but I know that I fuck up. I fuck up driving and I know that. I acknowledge it. But the other fucking people need to too.
At least
not everyone's always in the right, okay? Admit you're wrong sometimes. Shit.
We were coming back from Phoenix probably 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And we're coming just when you get up Sunset Point. Or no. Somewhere in between Sunset Point where you get off at Cordes Junction, right? So a few miles there. And this minivan is flying up behind me. Like she's got to be going 100. And I'm like, oh shit. And so I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I got to move. She's going to crash into me, right? Well, she just goes to swerve over and almost hits the guy next to her. And then like flips back, almost hits me and slams on the brakes. This guy is just cruising normally. So she like rips the wheel over behind him, almost takes him out. I'm like, am I the only one seeing this right now?
Oh my God.
To where she's like, the car's like shaking back and forth. So she goes past me and she almost sideswipes me because she got so close and then starts to cut back over. So I was like, what the hell? So I like beat my horn like, hey, lady, pay attention. The second I beat my horn, dude, she fucking and pulls up next to me, rolls her window down as we're going 75 miles an hour and just starts screaming at me, flipping me off, screaming. Okay, I get off at Cordes. She follows me, okay? She fucking stayed next to me all the way to Prescott Valley. That's a good hour drive. It didn't matter how fast I went, how slow I went. I tried to cut her off. She just stays
next to you.
She would just stay behind me, flipping me off, screaming and yelling. I finally rolled the window down. I'm like, what? And she's just, it was indistinguishable, right? Or indecipherable, whatever the word is. I couldn't understand her. So she's just fucking screaming. I'm like, what? You almost fucking wrecked 2 people. Like, pay attention. And she's like, fuck it. Just for an hour. She stayed right next to us the whole
The
time.
amount of rage people have, dude.
I know. I just finally
It
rolled the
wears
window
you out. You would think that people fucking just get tired.
I just quit looking, and she just stayed there just screaming and yeah. I'm like, this lady's got some fucking gonads, man.
Dude, holy shit.
So right after that, I finally get away from her, and she went down some other street, and I'm like, thank God. I'm on this street for like 30 seconds, and this truck comes up, passes me, gets in front of me, and just locks his fucking brakes off and starts flipping me off. I think he was like trying to pass her the whole time and was thinking like I was part of the problem. And this guy like kept brake checking me. I would try and go around him, and he was like flipping me off. And I'm like, dude, what is fucking happening, man?
Rage is so contagious.
Yeah.
It's so contagious. Here's it. Do you remember that video that came up? It was, this dude was like videotaping. I think it was like a dash cam, or like he had his phone out. He was holding it. So you can see from like the driver's side towards the passenger side, right? So he's just driving, right? And he's like videotaping. And this car comes reaming up next to him and fucking slams on the brakes, gets right next to him, rolls down his window. And he's like, you motherfucker, you can fucking drive like that. You can drive like an asshole. Fuck you, you know. Pull the fuck over. I'll beat your fucking ass. This dude pulls some really illegal shit with some gonads. He pulled his fucking pistol out and just fucking pointed at him. All you heard the other dude say was, oh shit. And he fucking slammed on the brakes, gone. Dude. And he fucking puts the gun back, and he didn't even like, his face was just monotone the entire time, dude. And he just staring straight, just like
totally chill. Have you seen the one where the guy in like a big lifted truck pulls up next to the lady in the car, and she's screaming at, or he's yelling and screaming at her, and then he gets all pissed off, flips her off, hits the gas, and tries to cut her off, but his truck spins out, and he like shoots into the median and like launches his truck and like,
are you serious?
Totals his truck, and she's just like, karma.
Yeah, dude, fucking crazy.
Oh, can you imagine? You got to feel the amount of shame that you would feel after talking shit to somebody and flipping them off, thinking you're cool, hitting the gas.
Oh, was it like that? It was like a silver Ford, wasn't it?
Yeah, silver or green Ford. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they. That was fucking amazing. She's like, "Oh shit, that's what you fucking get."
Oh my gosh, it's so funny,
dude. It's insane. I hardly ever get road rage. Like, I honestly just end up going like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then like get over it, because I'm like, you know, I'm listening to my tunes, but like, there are points when I'm like, I need to do this, and I need to like be in a hurry or whatever. And I get really impatient, and those are the times like I'm at my worst, because it's like, motherfucker, you know, where I start tearing up my truck because it's fucking romping on it. But what?
I have another one to show you. Sorry, I was just listening.
I'm ready for it.
I'm gonna play this one. This is David Dobrik, and he's driving around with his buddies.
I fucking remember that.
I may have just cut this guy off in traffic. God damn it. What the fuck was that about, huh? What's up, you fat pig? What, you don't see where you're fucking going? I wasn't even driving. Don't shut the fuck up, you fucking piece of bacon.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh, I didn't get picked up.
That guy's in the back seat getting
he's
yelled at.
Fucking driving, and he's looking at the dude in the back seat. Could you see where you're fucking going?
I wasn't
Shut
even
up,
driving.
you fat piece of bacon.
Why'd I get picked up? He's in the
Dude,
back seat.
he took that like a fucking champ, though. I would have been pissed, and he took it like a champ. Like, what the fuck?
I think it was like so off the wall that it became hilarious.
Yeah, dude, it was that shit cracked me up when I first saw it. It's like, he's not even fucking driving, let alone in the front seat.
I may or may not have been involved in this, but I may have heard this story of when I was driving a vehicle and I'm sitting at a light with my buddy, and all of a sudden we have the windows down. It's like summertime, and we've been sitting there for a minute, right?
Uh-huh.
All of a sudden this car pulls up, and this person in the other car starts yelling at us, and she's all, "You fucking hillbilly piece of shit, fuck you," like out of nowhere. She's like crazy. We never cut her off. We were never near her. We're just chilling. My buddy looks over at her, listens to her for a second. We had just gone to Sonic and gotten 2 giant drinks. He just looks over, grabs his drink, and fucking chucks it in her car. It hits her dash and just explodes and just goes fucking everywhere, all over her car. And she's all speechless. And he's like, yeah, fuck you too. I'm like, oh my God.
Dude just fucking pulls out his imaginary pistol.
Yeah, I ran that red light to get the fuck away from that lady.
Dude.
I told him it was not acceptable, but
I mean,
it was still pretty fucking funny.
That's pretty fucking badass, dude.
That was over 10 years ago. I think we're past the statute of limitations.
That's what one of my buddies did, dude. When I was living with him at the time, he ended up going out and just like going to get fast food, right? He went to Carl's Jr. or something and was driving back, and this guy in like a yellow Mustang, mind you, my buddy just has like a soul ass Jeep, dude. It's just fucking bare bones. I mean, it's a badass Jeep, but either way, he's at a stoplight. This yellow Mustang pulls up on the left side of him, right? In the left lane. And this dude in the yellow Mustang starts talking shit. And so he looks over and he's like, are you talking to me? And he's like, yeah, fuck you, dude. What the fuck's your problem? You're driving like an asshole. And he's like, I've been at this light for like a minute. And he keeps going on. The dude in the yellow Mustang keeps going off. And so he seriously took his drink and just fucking chucked it, dude. Hit his steering wheel. It fucking blew up right in the dude's face. And then he just drove off, ran the red light and just drove.
Oh my God.
From what he told me, that's what he did. And I was like, holy shit, dude. That's some gonads, dude.
That is hilarious.
It would be my luck, dude. I'd fucking throw it. It would hit the windshield and they'd fucking just wipe it off.
Or you'd go to throw it and it'd fall back in your car. It'd like break in your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, that is awesome. Yeah, I was so scared when he did that. I don't know if your friend got scared, like, oh shit, the cops are going to come now and get mad at me. But
the thing is he's like,
get mad at me. They're going to put me in timeout.
He's a bigger dude and he kind of knows like how to fight and all that. And I don't think he even thought that was a problem. Like he was just like, dude, it's too late for this shit.
This is how you deal with this situation.
Yeah, dude. It seriously, like the lady, he left him speechless.
Oh my God.
That dude in the yellow Mustang. And it was fucking Jesus Christ, people, just calm down.
There's a
lot
of
at night. No one else was even like driving, and it's not like he was impeding traffic or doing anything. From what I know, that's this dude in the yellow Mustang just pulled up and apparently saw him like drive out onto the road and thought he was driving like an asshole. And then,
dude, some people just lose it.
It's fucking weird.
I know I just keep going back and forth with stories, but I was driving on the highway one time and this guy came flying past me. And so as he passed me, I just like glanced over like, oh shit, that guy's going fast. And he like locked up his brakes and gets next to me. And I'm like, what's happening? And I look over and he's like telling me to roll my window down. I'm like, okay. So I roll my window down and he's yelling at me. He's like, what the fuck are you looking at? I'm like, what? He's like, I saw you fucking looking at me. What the fuck are you looking at? I'm like,
I don't know. I'll tell you when I fucking figure it out, big guy.
Where's the camera? Because this doesn't make any fucking sense at all.
The camera. I didn't know.
Where's Ashton? Where you at, Ashton?
Where you at, Ashton?
So finally I was just like, I don't know. And the guy was like, yeah, well, fuck you, and drove away. And I was like, that was the weirdest experience I've ever had. So some people just like snap.
Yeah.
I think what happens is when people are driving, a lot of people aren't good drivers. So they're already, whether they know it or not, their like anxiety levels are already heightened and they're scared and they don't realize it. And then one little thing happens, whether they make a mistake or you or someone around you, and it scares them and they just react in anger towards whoever the target is.
Yeah, dude. It's nuts. Like you almost just have to carry like something. Like even just a baseball bat and just fucking hold it out the window. Get the fuck away from my car.
Paintball gun, just light them up.
Dude, I'm doing that. I'm fucking going to get paintball gun. That's an amazing idea.
Or just like banana peels. So you could toss them out and they'll run over them and crash.
Dude. Yeah. People got too much rage, you know? I mean, there's a lot of like good conversations and like good experiences I've had with like, I mean, even like off-roading, right? You get like to places like Glamis and stuff, and the impression on that place is everyone's a fucking douchebag, right? You get all those fucking assholes who blasting their fucking sriracha music and
sriracha.
You know, that was racist as fuck. I'm sorry, but They're blasting their music all night, you know, and that's just a scene of Glamis. Don't fucking go if you expect to have a good night rest with no noise. Don't go.
Okay.
Okay? You can't handle that shit. Don't go.
Okay.
But it's the impression that people get, right? Because Glamis is a place to go to get fucking wild.
Right.
Right?
The assholes.
But it's honestly like you meet like a lot of good people out there, you know, people like myself and people just wanting to hang out, have a conversation, you know. Hey, dude, what'd you put in that rig right there, you know, or what motor, you know, or like even off-roading or just sometimes you get badass conversations on the road. You get people that pull up next to you like, dude, that's a badass truck. Thanks, bro. I like your car. Thanks, dude. 0 to 60 in 0.2. What?
0.2? Damn.
What?
I think most people are good people. And I think like the more people there are in an area, the less valuable people become.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why if you go to a small town, people are nicer because there's only a few of them. But if you go to LA, people are a nuisance.
Yeah.
But sometimes I have to like take a step back when somebody's like irritating the fuck out of me somewhere. I'm like, well, they have a family, they have a wife. There's the guy's kids. He's obviously not a total piece of shit. Well, we're all pieces of shit, but like somebody fucking likes him.
Yeah.
So I'm catching him at a bad point or something. And I try and like give him the benefit of the doubt.
That's the thing though, is like a lot of people don't think like that. They act on impulse, you know?
I said that after I told you I kicked some lady's shopping cart.
Well, and the thing is a lot of these stories like we've experienced when that other person just had a bad day or a bad drive or a bad moment.
And we were having a bad day too.
Yeah. And so we're just like, what the fuck? You know, and then now we envision that fucking person being just an asshole. And so next time we see him in the grocery store and we're like, I recognize you. You were that asshole that was like flipping me off the whole way home.
That's all they've ever been is just an asshole. No one's ever liked them. They don't exist anywhere else but being an asshole.
Yeah. And so people get stuck on that and then they fucking fester and then they just get so angry.
People can get, it's amazing what can happen to a person when they get that mad.
Yeah. There's been a couple times where I've been fucking furious, like shaking, but I honestly, I'm really not that guy. I'm not that guy.
You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. I've noticed just with age, I've calmed down so much.
Yeah.
So much.
I think it comes with like, you know, confidence in like yourself and just like, I feel like I don't have the, like, I think about it, like I don't have the time.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
I don't have the time to fuck with people and like argue, right?
Yeah.
Like there's times even with my friends, like there'll be times where they're arguing about something as stupid as like, oh dude, no, I know your rims are, you know, the brand is Method. I know you have Method race rims. And I'm like,
okay.
Oh, okay, cool, dude. And it's like, I know I'm right, but I really don't have the energy to fucking argue with you. So I just leave it alone. And so like people think, I mean, there's a point in time where you prove yourself, but like people take it as like you being skittish and, oh, I don't want to fight. No, it's because you guys are fucking not worth my time in that argument.
Yeah.
You know? There's a time and place.
I find myself doing the same thing. I do the a lot.
Crazy.
I'll just be like, huh, and just walk away. And in my head, I'll be like, I don't have time to argue with this moron.
Yeah. And it's weird though, because like there's times where, you know, when you want to argue with someone because it's fun to you, right? You find value in that conversation because it makes it funny. When you just fuck with someone, right? Like you carry it on like, yeah, I don't know about that. And then they fucking just, well, no. And then they pull out a fucking PowerPoint on all the reasons why they're right. And it's like, oh, well, no, you're not. And then they just even get more pissed. And that shit cracks me up, dude.
I love taking a stance I don't actually believe in.
Yeah.
I'll just find out.
The devil's advocate.
If I believe something and somebody else believes the same thing, and if I know them, or even if I don't, and they come and try and preach to me, I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna have fun. Those are the moments I do have time and I'm doing it for fun. But if somebody really wants to argue, that's no.
Yeah, dude. I mean, me and you have done that, like where we just fuck with each other.
That's all this podcast is.
I know. It's like we seriously just pick at each other. And it's like, no, that's not true.
I know. People probably think we hate each other.
The fuck do you mean it's not true? What do you mean? No,
Nope, not true.
no, it's really not. I mean,
You fucking saw it. No,
whatever, dude. You're an idiot.
I wasn't there.
You're a fucking dumbass. What? You start freaking out, and oh my god, I know I've done it. I've been on the other side where I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What do you mean? Where a conversation actually means something to me, and I'm being serious about it, and then the other person's, I mean, whatever.
I've been that guy plenty of times.
I know.
I've
dude.
seen you get so riled up.
I know.
And then the best is when you're getting all worked up and I just like give you a little grin and you're like, you motherfucker, and just like walk away.
Dude, and the thing is like, I'm never really like pissed. I'm just, I'm like working on it. I want you to be on my side in this conversation, but you won't do that. And so it's that point where I'm just like, no, stop, dude, this is what you need to listen to.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's funny. It's funny to me.
That's awesome. We have some big news to announce.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we do.
We have a live event coming up that Tatum so graciously signed up for. Tatum is going to be fighting an orphanage in hand-to-hand combat for charity for children's cancer. So it's going to be a live event. We'll stream it. We do need to find out if you guys want them to take on one at a time, two at a time, three at a time, or just fight the whole orphanage at once. Or if they get weapons, but it's real exciting. I'm looking forward to it.
How'd you just pull that out of your ass?
I don't know.
How did you just pull that out of your ass? I'm so appalled. Why an orphanage? Why did you just think of the most... Stop. You're trying to get me riled up. I'm not.
Dude, I don't know. I'm the least creative person I know, but if I need to bullshit something, like
you were one of the best bullshitters.
I'll just be like, hey, there's a lobster over there wearing sandals. Or what I said the other day is I was like, dude, I'm such a good salesman. I'm basically a shoe salesman at a centipede farm. Get it? They'd buy so many shoes.
Yeah, I get it. That's fucking funny. You can
It was
sell ice to an Eskimo.
It was better when I said it and that time. But
No, it is. I like that. That's funny.
I don't know. The weirdest shit comes to my head.
No, what the fuck? Okay,
But anyway,
clarify.
we're doing that.
we're not fighting.
Well,
I'm
we're
not. I'm not.
You
I'm
are.
not.
You are.
I'm not.
You are. It's for charity.
You're right. I'm gonna beat the cancer out of them. What kind of fucked up scenario is that, dude? I found the cure to cancer. You just have to beat them.
Oh my god.
I don't accept that. I take all of that back.
It's gonna be a funny clip though.
Can you at least please include this? So I take it back.
I'm gonna find a spot in the show where you've gone, yeah, I totally agree. And
no,
I'm gonna put that at
you're gonna like split it up like like back in the day, like when serial killer movies came out, and that how they like send a message where they would cut out magazines and shit,
all the different letters.
Yeah, and you would do that with my words. Like you would cut out each part of the episode and make different words of what I said.
Yes,
that's fucked.
Yeah, would that be funny to do to somebody? Switching the subject, if we got a piece of paper and did like the whole magazine lettering, and just be like, "I know what you did," and mail it to somebody.
Dude.
Somebody we know, though, to just watch it eat them.
But it's got to be someone with, like, potential, like, dirt.
Jonathan.
No.
I'm just kidding.
He knows now. Well, we'll talk about it after the podcast. But
guys, we have a great idea. We're going to ruin somebody's life.
Yay!
It's all fun and games, so we send that, and then they commit suicide because they've actually done something terrible. We can't do that.
See, now we overthought it. I say we do it, and to that person, we just start seeing them more, and we're just like, "Hey, you've been acting kind of different recently. You're right." And then eventually make them confess, like the actual letter that they saw, and then that way, we can fuck with them more.
Try and help them solve it.
Yeah. Help him solve it, dude. It's got to be Cody, dude. I don't know what he did. Like, I mean,
don't put me under the butt. We're in this together. We got to draw him away from us.
Yeah, we're in this together.
We're all in this.
That have you heard of those? You can send a bag of dicks
Yeah.
to someone, and they're like little gummy dicks.
Yeah.
And it's like, eat a bag of dicks.
Well, I hope it was a gummy dick and not a real dick. Where'd you get a whole bag of
There's
them?
2 problems with that scenario. 1, don't eat a real penis. 2, where'd you get all the penises?
Are they all shapes, sizes, colors, ages?
Circumcised, uncircumcised.
It's got to smell terrible. It can't smell good.
The umbrellas, without the umbrellas.
Do you think a lobster would live in a car for like a couple hours?
Where the fuck are you getting these?
Dude, wouldn't it be funny if we at work bought a lobster,
No.
put it in somebody's car, and then just left it for them to open the door and just find a live lobster in their fucking seat and be like, what in the fuck?
I know someone who would actually freak out about that, but it would have to be on a rainy day, I think, to where there's a lot of moisture in the air, you know?
And then we'll say it came from the rain.
You know what we could do? Put like a to-go tray, you know, like the little styrofoam trays, and fill it with water that way, and set it in the water. And then that way, if it like got out, you know, and it crawled around, you know, it kind of, I guess, stayed moisturized if need be. Moisturized. But that would be fucking hilarious.
That would be the most random thing somebody could find in their fucking car.
Dude, that would be fucking awesome.
Or get a crab and give him a steak knife.
Have you seen that Facebook post? It was like new home wanted, and it showed a picture of this lobster, dude. It was fucking giant. Like, it's the size of your dog. Like, it was a giant lobster, okay?
Which dog? One's pretty small. The big one?
Yeah, the big one. Kimber.
Oh my gosh.
Like, lobster can go pretty fucking massive in the right conditions.
Serious?
Yes. So this dude posted on Facebook or Craigslist or something, and posted house wanted or new home wanted. And his name was Jerry, I think. And he's like, Jerry needs a new home. He gets very feisty when you don't play rock and roll music. He gets fed these many times a day. He's looking for a new friend. He's very friendly with pets, even though my pet looks very uncomfortable in this photo. And the dog is seriously like sitting up, like
all scared?
Like, yeah, like freaked out. Like, what the fuck is this thing doing here still?
How do you get a pot big enough to cook that bastard?
I don't think he cooked it.
Have you seen the movie Land of the Lost?
Remind me.
It's Will Ferrell. He's like he believes in like this lost dimension. And he goes to the land of the lost, and there's like dinosaurs there, and anything that gets lost in the world like appears there. At one point,
that sounds familiar. Like I have watched it, but I don't remember exactly.
At one point, he's like, they're in this desert, and they find this motel and a pool that got lost somewhere, and just appears.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember
like
now.
Tripping balls, and then they see a crab, and they're like, "Oh, it's a crab," and then it gets closer, and it's giant. It's like 10 feet tall.
Oh my god.
And then it falls through the water, and it's like boiling water underneath the sand, and it like shoots back out, and it's all cooked.
And they're like,
so they have these
yeah.
giant claws.
Was that the one where they had that like giant mosquito on the back, and he's like, "What is the problem?" and then passed out. Yeah, that was a good movie too. I think I never knew, but I think crustaceans can really grow like massive. Just because they can shed their shells.
Yeah, but
like in the right conditions, right? I mean, the bigger you get, the less shit you can do. But I'm pretty sure if you had a steady supply of like food to give them, they get like, you know, it's like a pig. You just get them fat. Just get them nice and fat.
Pig will grow to be 1,000 pounds.
You see that photo?
Which one?
The wild boar in Texas.
Hogzilla?
Yeah, dude. The size of the front door.
No, I haven't seen that one.
There's a picture of this wild boar in Texas, and it's like, be on the lookout, wild boar on the loose inside this neighborhood. And the picture was taken on the front lawn. Okay, this dude was driving by, and this boar was no joke. Like, if you can imagine like 2 car doors, like on a Sonata, like that's how big it was. Like if they were sitting on the ground, like the front door and the back door, boom, that's how big this fucking boar was.
Yeah, they can get pretty stupid.
That's a weird comparison, but like if you can imagine car doors on a Sonata, I guarantee you all of you guys drive that, so you would know.
Our fans?
Yeah.
All of them?
Every single one.
That's a lot of Sonatas.
Well, Jason actually drives a
Hakuna Matata.
what does he drive? It's a Civic. Honda Civic, a 99 Honda Civic.
That car's a 99?
Something like that.
Like 1899?
No.
That's the oldest fucking car I've ever seen in my life.
Okay. Yeah. Usually when people just say 99, they're talking about the 1900s. So if you say an 80s, it's a 1980. But if you go back, I don't think anyone owns a fucking car from the 1800s, bro.
Jason does.
And it still fucking runs?
Yeah.
Go Honda. Rad red.
Yeah, dude, you open it up and there's a fucking mini horse strapped under the hood that's like, it's like a horse and carriage, but the horse is concealed.
Mini horses running are fucking hilarious.
There's a guy who lives out Williamson Valley who does the mini horse carriage racing or something like that. Or it's not racing. It's like this show thing.
What? That's a thing?
Yeah, so they get mini horses. Oh, yeah. Shelby's little sister knows all about this.
Okay, I'm ready.
And you hook up a mini carriage. It looks like one of those little Amish horse carriages. And this guy, you like run the horse in these like tracks or something like that for shows, right? Well, I'll see this guy on Tano Road. He'll be in the back of the thing just with his little whip all crouched over, and he'll be like, just like whipping the shit out of this little horse running down the road. Like he's not hitting him hard. It's just like little taps.
Yeah.
And that guy will just be out there all the time, cruising around his little fucking mini horse.
Holy shit. I didn't know that was a thing, dude. I could just see it right now, dude. Just a little mini horse.
So when we get invited to a red carpet for like winning a Grammy or something for this podcast or an Oscar, we show up in one of those.
Oh, dude, that'd be awesome. Oh my God. I just love many things. I love many horses. I love many people. I love it. It's fucking, that shit makes me happy.
I love many people.
Yeah. Like midgets.
They're not called that now.
You can't call them many people?
No.
I feel like that's better than a midget.
You called them both.
Okay, well, what do you prefer? What do you classify? Can you identify that for me?
Me?
Yeah. What's your correct pronoun?
Are you calling me a midget?
Oh, so is that what you want me to call you? Short person?
No.
Hello, short person. I don't know your name yet. How may I name you?
Vertically challenged.
Yes, that's definitely better. Listen. It doesn't matter. My point is they make me happy.
I'm trying to figure out what you should call me. Fun sized.
No.
Snack size.
Oh, gross.
Why'd you insult me? That was weird.
It wasn't meant to be an insult.
weird.
It was just kind of rolled off the tongue like that. But then like I just roll with it. But I was saying my point was that you acted like you knew that midget or.
It is offensive.
No. Okay.
So you like little things. Like your wiener.
No. I fucking hate my wiener. It's so big. No, I'm just kidding. But
get rug burn on it a lot walking around. I hate that.
Dude, I just like talking about like mini horses, like ponies, and like mini people, vertically challenged people, the fun size people. That shit just like cracks me up, dude, because it's like awesome.
That is terrible. It's trying to get
awesome.
Why do you try and get every episode canceled?
Dude, it's awesome though, dude. Like, you can't tell me when you've seen a pony running around.
You want to see a little person on it?
No, I don't care about that. You can't combine the two to make it better, okay? It's just as equally awesome.
Okay. You can't tell me if you showed up to a guy's house and he happened to be a little person and he had many horses and many cows and many pigs and he had a mini farm, that wouldn't be fucking awesome. More awesome than just seeing one of them at a time.
Would his normal house be mini sized too?
Yeah, it's like a playhouse.
I wouldn't go to it.
Yes, you would, because you would go and feel like a giant.
Nope,
and he has a mini tractor.
You don't know me. I wouldn't go.
Yes, you would.
I would hit my head on everything and it'd piss me off.
You wouldn't go in his house. You wouldn't fit.
Then how? Oh, I just climb over it. That's how small it is. How fucking small do you think this guy is? Now that's offensive. You're the one getting us canceled, bro.
You trip and fall, crush his house.
Oh no! I can go to Walmart. I'll get you the Barbie set, okay? Dude, have you seen?
We are canceled.
Have you seen those videos where it's funny because there's some of them that make videos like that, like
we break into your house. What do you do?
Yeah,
the guy will kick the little toys out the door. I wanted to make one responding to that guy. He's like, I break in your house or your car, or I try and carjack you. What do? Well, my truck's lifted pretty high, so I was just gonna like open the door and jump out and be like, go on.
You can get up there.
I can't even fucking get in there.
You seen the one with the little shooter glass? Have we talked about that yet? Where like he walks up with a big bottle of like Jack or whatever, and he's like, "Hey man, do you think this will get me lit tonight?" And he throws it, and the pans like this other dude catches it, and he catches a little shooter, and he's like, "I mean, yeah, I guess." And then we're getting that one too.
It's a little tiny
fucking shooter.
You gotta have a good sense of humor.
Yeah, dude.
We're just kidding. We love everybody.
I especially love midgets. I never said I hated them, dude. I said I love them. There's nothing wrong with them. They're just fun-sized.
Oh, my God.
This isn't bad. Like, you can't... If you think about it, dude, like, it's just... As a tall person with long legs, right? It's something that just fascinates you. You just get fascinated by it.
I do feel weird, like, whenever you're standing next to me, if you're looking on top of my head. Like,
I have done that.
He's going bald there. Huh.
I have done that, honestly. But it's mostly when people are sitting down, so it's not like my head has much say in it. But, like, I take long strides. I take big steps, and it's just, like, with a pony, I can imagine he compares himself to a big horse or a normal-sized horse. A Clydesdale. I am a Clydesdale to a pony.
You're just a normal horse. Terry is a Clydesdale.
Okay, fuck you. I'm just as tall as Terry. Terry's just built like a fucking statue, dude, okay?
Terry's 2 inches taller than you.
No, he's not.
How tall are you? 6'4"?
6'5".
Okay, Terry's 6'7".
You just pulled that out of your ass because you were like, okay, well, that's plus 2 inches. That's 6'7", asshole.
Well, Terry lies, and I know he's listening. He says he's 6'4". He's not fucking 6'4".
I know, but he is like eye level with me.
Really?
Yes. No, hold up.
Are you sure he's not like an inch taller?
This makes me upset because it makes me think that I haven't seen Terry in a minute. But
you haven't seen Terry in a minute.
Kind of upsets me. But I think Terry is like, yeah, I would say 2 inches taller than me. That's probably about right. 6'6" sounds right.
You guys are pretty close though.
He is. I mean, not only is he tall, but he's a big motherfucker.
Yeah.
Arm wrestling him, I lost my man card, dude.
What I was gonna say though is I get self-conscious when he comes over to my house because I know he can like see on top of my fridge or on top of the cabinets.
So you're trying to clean shit like on ladders, like, dude.
He just walks in, he's like, "Damn, this shit's dirty."
Yeah, there was a tall. That was like a trend for a minute. Where like,
on TikTok?
What a normal person sees versus what I see, and then like this tall ass dude was like, it was a normal person walking through the kitchen, walking through this house, and then this tall person like saying,
terrible,
dude. Yeah, all the dust on all the shit that no one else sees because they're just like, oh yeah, it's clean, and then the tall person is just like, oh my god, you guys are clean.
Yeah, that's exactly what made me self-conscious about it. Unconscious.
Don't pass out, dude.
It made me unconscious.
Yeah,
Why are you so sleepy, dude? What's going on?
No, okay. Let me explain you some knowledge about yawning because I need to educate everyone on this because yawning has nothing to do with being tired. The only fact that tired has something to do with your slowed heart rate. Your slowed heart rate has something to do with less oxygen getting throughout your body. Yawning helps you get more oxygen in your body and going.
I know.
Okay, so it has nothing to do with me being tired.
But it does. You just said you yawn because you need air. You need air because your heart rate's low. Your heart rate's low because you're tired.
No. There's a reason I said it the way I said it because...
There was an old lady who swallowed a fly. My, oh my, why would she swallow a fly?
That was my favorite book.
Mine was a hungry caterpillar.
But no, I'm saying because, like, I mean, there's times where you just get relaxed, and I'm a relaxed person. So don't get me riled up. Me saying that I'm
You're
yawning,
a relaxed person.
right? Yeah.
You have the nerve to say that on this show that you're a relaxed person.
I feel like I've been pretty relaxed for the past hour.
Yeah, but we have 31 episodes that say differently.
That's not true. Not every single one.
You're a pretty relaxed person.
I would say, like,
most of the time. Sometimes though, you're wild.
I know, but that's the thing is, like, when I'm yawning, I'm like, I'm just hanging out. It's not like I'm mad, angry, or anything. I'm just content, and I'm just going with the flow. So when I yawn, it's a good thing.
You're like a car that shifts from first to sixth.
Yeah, I'm all over the place when it comes to that. Yeah, I mean, there's shit that definitely gets me excited, and I get really excited really easily. I'm like a dog, dude. Just start telling me, "Oh, you're a good boy," and dude, I get hype on that shit.
You know how many people are gonna come up to you now and be like, "Hey, Tatum, you're a good boy. Dude, you're a good boy." I'm gonna get stickers made now. A T-shirt, Tatum, you're a good boy.
Oh no!
And it's gonna be you, like with a tail wagging behind you.
So, do I have to pose for this?
Yeah, naked.
Do you guys want a T-shirt of me naked, posing like a dog, like with his paws up, just saying, good boy?
I'll crop out your junk.
You might as well get rid of the whole T-shirt.
Or we'll just put like a little tiny square over it.
Do a little sensor bar. That'd be funny. Don't call me a good boy, though. I am all over the place.
He prefers to be called a bad boy. You've been a... All right, let's wrap this shit up.
Dude,
this is going downhill fast.
No, it's not. I mean, we like downhill. Downhill means no energy spent. You just use gravity. Good.
Just go downhill.
You go downhill. You use board. You use tree bark. No big deal. You just glide. Yeah.
You go downhill on tree bark?
Have you ever fucking watched Surf's Up?
Yeah, dude. The chicken's my favorite.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, that movie's about me. What are you talking about? The lead character's name is Cody. Duh. I'm actually a surfing penguin, if you didn't know.
I had one of my best birthdays when that movie came out.
Really?
Yep.
That was a long fucking time ago.
Yeah, I was.
You were in like 4th grade.
I was turning 12 or 13, and my dad took us all to the movie theater, like me and a bunch of friends in the motorhome. Okay, so we were all fucking partying in this motorhome while he was driving, like what you shouldn't do, but he was just driving, dude. And we were all just like, fuck yeah, walking around this thing. Cause when you're a kid and you're in a motorhome and it's driving and you're walking in that fucking thing while it's driving, you're fucking cool.
Greatest experience ever.
I mean, our thing was like, dude, I'm walking like faster than we're going right now. Cause you'd walk towards the front of it and then you'd be like, oh, I'm slowing down, But then we watched that whole movie and then we got back and we all had pizza and it was awesome, dude. I had like the biggest sleepover of my life when I was that young.
That's pretty cool.
It was cool.
I saw it at school. I was in 7th grade. And we were like, show up to school. We went to class. This is middle school. And all of a sudden they're like, okay, we have an assembly. You guys need to go to the big auditorium or whatever. Uh-huh. And we went in there, sat down, like somebody came out and talked to us for a minute. And they're like, okay, until lunch, you guys are going to watch this program we have for you. We're like, what? And they put Surf's Up on the thing. And then we went to lunch and they're like, okay, you're going home early. We're like, what the fuck? How did nobody tell us about this? What's happening?
What is going on?
I feel
you get home and your parents are like, are you ditching right now?
Yeah, I don't think they told us. It wasn't like a field day or whatever they called those.
I wonder if they had like an emergency happening and they were just like,
I kind of think they did because no one was watching us either. Normally they'll put like 3 teachers in there to watch. Nobody. And it was all the kids in the school were just fucking off watching this movie.
Well, obviously it fucking worked.
Yeah, nobody died. Well, in the
as
auditorium.
As far as you know.
Somebody might have died on the outside.
There's a fucking school shooter at your place and you guys are all just watching Surf's Up.
Yeah, that's a good plan. There's a school shooter. Just make them go watch a movie.
Get them all nice and calm, make sure they don't freak out. And then we'll we'll give the teachers guns, and then we all post up, you know?
That school was weird. We had I don't know why this came to my head, but we had a sex ed class there,
Uh-huh.
and it wasn't just normal sex ed. It was like this new company did it, and it was very like
Inappropriate?
yeah. And anyway, they gave out pencils that were red, and if you grabbed it and rubbed it, it would like turn green,
Yep.
and it was like, oh, good job. And I was like, this is weird. And I gave it to my dad. I was like, hey, check this out. And he's like, what the fuck?
They're making you jerk off pencils like as if you didn't know how to do that already.
So that school was super weird. Anyway,
Wow.
yeah, weird pencils.
Yeah,
Wasn't funny, dude.
I just remember the same sex ed class, and then the whole thing is like you get the impression like you gotta learn how to put a condom on a banana, and I never did that.
We never did that either.
I never did that. It was always like they were always talking about the more people you have sex with, you're actually having sex with. Like if you don't have sex with a virgin, you have sex with like
All those
these
people.
Yeah, which
And then my friends are like, huh, gay?
dude,
You know how many guys you fucked?
yeah, dude, and it's like I really don't think it works like that. I mean,
Well, then I was like, well, I'm going to be a virgin forever because I'm not fucking any dudes.
that was a horrible scare tactic on their part. I don't really think that's a thing. Our bodies like heal to that shit. I get like the point of like an STD, like that's different. But like, I mean,
Did they split up the boys and girls?
yeah,
That's weird too.
they split, and it's weird. It's even weirder because the room that we had the sex ed class, it actually had like a divided curtain. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It was called a
In high school?
yeah.
Yeah.
It was like on the southwest corner.
Yeah.
And my teacher at the time, he called it the Iron Curtain because he was like fucking talking about Russia and shit.
So was he a Russia person or a football fan?
He was a psycho is who he was.
Or is the steel curtain was football?
He
Was
waited- Yeah.
Sorry, I just outed him.
God,
God,
damn it.
he's
I was
fucking
about to
hilarious.
give some more info, but no, I'm not.
He's fucking hilarious.
He-
I would go into his class and just argue with him about anything, and he would give me extra credit. He's like,
Yeah.
we're going to debate today. And I'd be like, okay, what are we debating? And he would give a topic, and I'd be like, okay. And I raised my hand. He's like, anybody at all? No? Cody. I'd be like, all right, let's get into this.
Dude, I was his so usually when you go to apply for like a teacher's aide for that extra or that credit that you need for graduation, they let you pick the teacher.
And you picked him?
I did not,
Oh, but you got him?
but I got him.
Was he a pervert?
I don't know.
I don't want to out anybody on here, but I definitely felt a little uncomfortable with how he treated the girls in the class.
Well, he actually had an allegation against him.
He did?
Yeah, so that's why he don't work there anymore.
I'm going to bleep out his name, so.
Okay, well, anyways, so I ended up being his teacher's aide, right? And the class of people that I had, I actually fucking they cracked me up, dude. I think they were freshmen at the time, and I was a senior, and they actually cracked me up because one of the first times I was there, like he didn't have me sitting in his back room for the teacher's aide. He had me sitting up front. I would just sit up there and like just
Feel like a big dog?
Yeah, twirl the chair, and just hang out. And just like the class was, I don't know, I got a good vibe from them. So then like every time I grade papers and shit, I would give a lot of them a good score, unless some of them, like when I sat in that chair, like they talk shit, and I'd be like, "What's your name?" And they would give me their name, and I'm like, "Cool, don't talk shit anymore." And then I would grade their seriously, I was an asshole. I would give them D's and like F's and like depending on like how bad I felt about it or like how many times they did it. But one of the times he ended up catching me, and he ended up double checking my work and was like, "Hey, so I looked at this paper you graded and it goes off horribly with the key. So you need to be doing a better job. And I was like, sir, yes, sir. I can do that. But like, I mean, I had kids all the time asking me for the key because they would be taking that test while I was grading another class or whatever. And I never did that just because it was like, that's fucking dumb.
Take the test, you little bitch.
Yeah, take the test, do the same shit I had to do, okay? Fucker. You don't have no in unless I'm grading your test and you fucking suck up to me, okay?
Bring me candy.
Yeah, that was kind of torment. I mean, a lot of the time I got there and I fucking slept in that class just because I was so exhausted, which is weird compared to now. But anyways, that was a fun class.
Yeah, he was an interesting duck.
Yeah.
You know who was really badass was the guy across the hall from him, Mr. Roush.
Dude.
Mr. Roush was so much fun.
He always broke out his ukulele and his guitar and
Really?
yeah.
He never did that shit for us.
Yeah.
He played 300 for us one time.
Really?
For history.
Uh-huh.
He was like, we're going to study the Spartans, and played 300.
Oh,
and there's
God.
a scene where the chick's naked, doing the thing. Well, it's on a projector, and he like ran and stood in front of it, and he's like, you guys can't watch this.
And
it's like playing on him, and he was like, it's on me. And then he like jumped out of the way, and he's like, well, nothing I can do about it.
Yeah, he was a funny guy. Mr. would always like yell across the hall at him, like jokingly, like joke with him, but
me and a buddy almost got in like a fake fight in that class, and he stood up and he was like, hey, save it for the octagon. And he had like a weird shaped room and it had 8 sides, and I was like, this is an octagon. And he's like, oh shit, proceed.
Proceed.
He's like gonna let us throw down in this class.
I've done that too, where me and my buddy had this sculpture class, and her name was Miss Hammer, dude. I loved her. She was like one of my favorite teachers, and we walked into class, right? And a lot of the time I walked in there late because I had to. A lot of the time I had to go across the the school to go to my locker and then go to her class, and she knew that. And so one of the times I walked in late, but then my buddy also walked in late, and I was like, dude, I say we like throw down like a fake fight in the middle of the class. He's like, I'm down. So we walked in there, everything was chill. And then like she was like, okay, so you guys are going to be working on your project. Just go ahead and start on it. Start where you left off. And the whole class was just, talking. And then me and him like just started an argument, like fucking just debating. And
About
then
nothing.
And then we turned it into like a whole argument. And then I stood up and I was like, dude, we're fucking taking this outside. We're not doing this in Ms. Hammer's room. And he's like, okay, let's fucking go. And I was like, okay, after you, asshole. And then we walked out. And Miss Hammer's face, dude, walking out, I looked at her and she was like, she was so shocked. And I feel bad, but it was hilarious, dude. And we walked out and we closed the door and we just looked at each other and we were like, let's go get some food from the cafeteria. Okay. And so we went to the cafeteria, got some food, came back, and we were like, we solved it. We're good.
You little shit.
I know, dude.
Tyrant. Meanwhile, you're like, hey, Cody, I got extra homework. I'm going to be late to work today.
Hey, we don't bring that up on here. We leave that alone. I will mute you and I will walk off stage right now.
All right, buddy. Until next time.
All right.
Give us our send off.
Well, guys, until next time, we appreciate you. Thank you for always watching, and we'll catch you next time.